The next thing we're going to talk about here is the shift from closer to coach mentality. First things first, of course, yes, you have to be able to close deals. That is the most important aspect of being a sales manager. If you can't close deals, your salespeople have no faith in you, and it's really hard to grow and coach when they're not even sure that you could do it, okay? So it's a right mentality of shifting here, but you also have to be able to do the skill. Your job is not to be a closer, it's to develop closers is the ultimate goal to true growth here, okay? So when you're teaching somebody, you really want to have a framework around it, okay? So first things first, you want to ask, okay? You want to ask them how they would do something. Then you want to watch how they would do it. Then you want to show. Show would be, hey, listen, you did it this way. This is something I might tweak or something I might add to it to make it a little bit better. And then you role play it, okay? So it's ask, watch, show, role play. That's your whole framework around coaching and around teaching. You want to have this so that it gives them an opportunity to play within the framework, and it also shows you what they know. You could add in what you know. You could watch them do it, and then you could also just practice it because reps are everything. There's a great quote that says, repetition is the mother of skill. Anything in life that you want, you have to repeat it over and over and over and over and over and over to be able to get good at it, okay? So repetitions are our best friend, especially with new salespeople, okay? I also wanted to say, you don't lead with your mouth, you lead with the standard. So whatever you establish as a standard as a coach, whatever you say, hey, this is the bar, no matter what we get to the bar, whatever you set that as is what you're gonna get. For example, you have a standard, maybe that you brush your teeth every single day. Guess what? I'd bet 99% of the time you brush your teeth no matter what the scenario, because that's your minimum standard, right? I'd hope you also have a standard you shower every single day, right? So there's a certain minimum standard that you have for yourself in sales manager role, in car business world. You're a leader. We want you to set the standard and raise the standard consistently so we keep growing. So one of the things is whatever you set as a standard is what you're gonna get. And what I mean by that is, let's say you set a standard of 30 calls a day, but you hold nobody to it. It's not the real standard. The real standard is what you hold everybody to, okay? What you hold them accountable to every single day in, day out, month in, month out, year in, year out, okay? So that's super important for us here. One of the other things that is very important in terms of being a sales manager is, let's say you left for 2 days, right? Let's say you walked out of the store, you weren't here, the team didn't have you. Do they still do the things that you taught them? Do they still do the standards? If the answer is yes, great, you've created the standard and you have done a great job at coaching. If everything falls apart while you're gone, all you've done is push them and been an enabler. You're not a coach. You haven't created a standard. You haven't created any system yet. So the key is, how do they still do it when you're not around? That is the ultimate level of coaching, okay? And then the last thing I just wanted to say, in terms of coaching, you always want to coach with the idea to grow their confidence, not your ego. You're not coaching just to make yourself feel good and pumped up and like, man, I'm the freaking man, right? You're doing it to grow them. Remember that. It's not to grow you. You've already grown. You could get coached or coach yourself later. The key is to build into them. You're pouring your cup into them. It's about them. Don't make it about yourself. Don't be selfish, okay? I'll also give you a daily flight plan. I like to call it a flight plan because just like pilots, I'm sure you've flown on a plane before. Before a pilot takes off on a plane, they have a certain checklist they do, okay? They check the flaps, they check the fuel, they check a million different things. I'm not a pilot, but you get the point, right? So they have a certain checklist they do pre-flight, and they have a certain thing they do post-flight to make sure the plane takes off safely and that it lands safely and there's no problems. It's the same thing for your day every day. I'm gonna give you a pre-flight checklist you can do to make sure that the plane is on course for the day, which is your salespeople, your sales team. And I'll also give you a post-flight checklist, which is the end of the day to make sure you don't have stuff dragging into your next day's pre-flight checklist, right? We want to clear all the heat and get everything done out of the way that we can ahead of time so we don't create more work for ourselves tomorrow. I'm a huge proponent, and you need to be as well, to make sure you handle all the heat, all the tasks that you have in the same day. You don't want to roll it over to the next day and create more stuff for yourself. There's already enough stuff in that day, I promise you, okay? Make sure you finish everything you can, same day, absolutely without fail, okay? See you in the next video. Thanks.